Good morning, class 11. Now, welcome back to your business studies class. We are doing the fourth chapter, business services, wherein so far we have covered about banking services, insurance services. The third one was your communication services. The fourth one is your transportation services. And today we start the fifth one, which is warehousing services. So this is the last part, and today we will finish this chapter also. So see, what do you mean by warehousing, or what do you mean by warehouses? A warehouse is an establishment for the storage and accumulation of goods. It means what? You sometimes have to store and accumulate your goods in one place. So that place is your warehouse where you can stock up all your goods so that you can use them in future. So that warehouse has to be very good in condition, because if it will be dirty, if there will be lot of insects and mosquitoes and then rats, then obviously your goods will get spoiled. So you should have a proper place where you can keep all your goods for future use. So that place is known as your warehouse. Now production is in anticipation of future demand, means you produce predicting that in future it will be sale. So the finished goods are to be stored until it is actually being utilized in a common condition in a well-equipped godown. Means what? Until the finished goods are to be sold in the market, it has to be stored and stored in a very proper condition in a proper well-equipped godown, so that the goods are not spoiled. Because the time of production and the time of consumption is not the same. It's not that we produce in a day and immediately it is sold. There is a time gap between the production and the consumption. And you should always have production more than your consumption, because if the goods are being demanded more in the society and the supply is not there, then there will be rise in the price of the goods. So always the producers have a tendency to produce more and keep it in hand, so that there are no manipulations done in the market. People will enter and try to capture the market, and then they will supply their goods, and so it will create a problem for everyone, even the production house and even for the consumers. So it is always assumed that production should be more than the consumption. Now if the production is more, it has to be stored properly in some place. So that place where these finished goods are to be stored until it is properly used. So that condition, that place is known as your warehouse, and that place should be of good condition plus properly equipped, means all equipments that are required to store those goods should be there. The godown should be properly equipped, sealed properly, no smell inside it or no rodents inside it. So it should be in a proper manner so that it can be used in future. Now you see types of warehouses. There are various types of warehouses. So let's see what are the various types of warehouses. The first one is your private warehouse. It is owned by large business houses to store their stock. Owned by large business houses to store their own stock. It means what? Private warehouses are owned by large business houses, and they store their own stock themselves. So they will have big warehouses, open godowns where they can keep their stock for future use. So that payment you have to do all yourself. So this is first one, private warehouse. Second is public warehouse. Now owned and managed by some agencies whose main occupation is to provide storage space against the payment of certain fees. Now this is an owned space and managed space by some agencies. So together many agencies are doing this. They are providing the storage facilities, but on certain payments, certain fees. People will pay and they can commonly use. So it is all publics. If you don't have money and you want to have a place where you can keep your goods, you can go and ask these warehouses, public warehouses. They will see how much of goods you require, how much of space you will take in their godown, and accordingly they will charge you the fees. So you can use their warehouses to keep your goods. So they have to obtain a license, and their work is subject to some government regulations. They are also known as duty paid warehouses. You have to pay the duty charges, and they obtain their license for working from the government. So government will give them the license, and then you have to pay them the fees and you can utilize their warehouse. That is why the other name is duty paid warehouses. These public warehouses are also known as duty paid warehouses. Understood the second category? The third category is bonded warehouses. It is owned by dock authorities or private individuals. Again, there are dock authorities, means you have to get clearance certificate from there. Private individuals can also open this. They are supervised by custom authorities. Means many goods have custom charges. They have to be paid the custom duty, and then you have to pay dock charges. So all these will be stored in the bonded warehouse. Those types of goods will be stored in the bonded warehouse. So again, the license is to be given by the government to store imported goods before the payment of the custom duty. See, before you pay the custom duty, those imported goods which you import from foreign countries has to be stored in some place. So that place is bonded warehouse. The goods that come from outside the nation are first stored in the bonded warehouse, and from there you get the duty clearance, you get the custom duty clearance. Many sort of duties have to be cleared, and then you can use them. So warehouse keeper collect the custom duty from the importer when it is released. So when they release that goods, the buyer gives them the custom duty, and then they can take the goods home. So these type of goods for keeping the foreign imported goods are known as bonded warehouses. Please remember, the third category is bonded warehouse. Understood? Now the fourth is government warehouse, which is owned obviously by the government. For an example, FCI, that means Food Corporation of India. So central and state government warehouses are there, food corporations Indias are there. They will store all the food over there, and then you can utilize, the government will utilize that warehouse, and slowly they will release their goods in the market. Understood the fourth category? And the last type is cooperative warehouse. You know what a cooperative society? So sometimes many individual members together own a warehouse. Generally they are owned by the cooperative organizations only. So those organizations who are running in cooperative, they open their own warehouse also. So National Cooperative Development Corporation, Cooperative Marketing Federation, all these are the examples of this cooperative warehouse. They have opened up their warehouses, they stock up their goods over there, and when they require, they keep taking the goods from these warehouses. So understood what are warehouses and what are the types of warehouses? We have 5 types of warehouses. Now we move towards the next topic, the functions of warehousing. This is our last topic. So let's see what functions do we have for the warehouse. The first thing you see, consolidation. It means receives goods from various plants and dispatch them to a particular customer on a single consignment. What happens? Sometimes the warehouse is receiving goods from many people. Plant A, plant B, plant C. They are getting the goods from many people, and they are all accommodated in one place. And then all the consignment is delivered to a particular customer. So ultimately the customer is not harassed. He is getting all the goods at a time. But maybe plant A has given the goods on day 1. Plant B will give it on day 10. Plant C will give it on day 20. So it will all be accumulated in that warehouse. And then after consolidation. Consolidation means after managing everything together in different dates, finally they will dispatch it to the customers. So see the flowchart I have drawn. You can easily draw that flowchart also if you want. With this flowchart, it is easily understood what consolidation is. Understood? Second function you see, breaking the bulk. Now opposite. First, bulk quantity of goods from various plants may be divided into small quantities and send the same to the needy customer. The quantities have come in bulk quantity to warehouse from the factory directly. From one factory, all the goods has come to a particular warehouse. Now from that warehouse, different customers will be given the goods. Customer A, customer B, customer C, customer D. So all of them will get the goods. Individually, they could not go to factory. So it is coming to a particular warehouse, and now from here it is getting divided among all the different customers. So this is breaking the bulk, just opposite of consolidation. Understood? The third is stockpiling. Obviously, storage of the surplus product. Many a times there are, surplus products, surplus stock. So it has to be piled up. So the warehouse is a warehouse to help you do this, help you doing in this function, that they stock up everything and they keep it, and whenever required, they will dispatch it from the warehouse. So this is the third important function of warehousing. Value added services. Sometimes you have to add value to the goods and service. Like example, packaging, labeling, grading. So all these could be done in a warehouse. The goods has come from the factory, manufactured over there. Now all packaging, labeling, grading, everything has to be done. So they can be done in the warehouse and then stored in that warehouse. So warehouse helps you to add value also to your goods and services. This is another functions of the warehouses. Understood? Price stabilization. Stabilize prices by equalizing supplies. Sometimes what happens, if the supplies are at different point of time, so sometimes there may be price rise or price down. So ultimately, when in the warehouse everything is being stored, it helps in price stabilization, because sometimes when supply is not there in the market, then from the warehouse you can utilize them, no? And if it will not be, if the warehouses were not there and these goods were not stored, then obviously their price will be rising. So warehouses help you to control the prices of the goods and services, because from the warehouse the producers can easily again send the products to the market for selling. So warehouse is helping you to control and stabilize your prices. Understood? And the last is financing. So see, financial assistance may be available by pledging commodities to the warehouse keeper, either from himself or from a bank or a warehouse. Sometimes what happened, financial assistance has to be done. You want some finance, so you can done it with the help of a warehouse keeper also. Either you can ask from himself, or you can even ask from a bank. You know your goods are stored in the warehouse. You can ask the bank that I need some money. You please value what are the value of the goods in the warehouse, and based on that you please give me some advance. So the bank will give you. They will come and value the goods that is there in your warehouse, and they can easily give you finance. Even sometimes when you need money, the warehouse keeper can give you, because he knows that your goods of rupees 5 lakh is there already in his godown, in his warehouse. So he can give you some cash if you need at the time of emergency. So warehouses helps you to get finance also. Understood? So these were your functions of finance. Functions of warehouses. Now this ends your chapter over here. Your chapter number 4 is finished. Thank you. If you have any doubts, you please feel free to ask me. Write down everything. Tomorrow probably, that means on Saturday, if you will have class, we will go for Zoom class. Okay. I'll give you some question answers also if possible. Some extra question answers. So please go through all these chapters. 4 chapters are coming for your PT1. Prepare well. And if you have any doubts, feel free to ask me. Thank you. Have a nice day ahead and happy summer holidays to you.